When the nation speaks, the roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring top panelists, Mr. Samuel Abu, Mr. Hamed Fofana, Mr. Cyrus Gray, Mr. Jai Blamo, and your host, William McGill. Heated debate, eye-opening truths, and real impact. Tune in to the Roundtable every Tuesday and Thursday, only on Wiz TV Live. The Roundtable, where every voice counts. When the nation speaks, the Roundtable listen, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m. Join the conversation that matter the most, live, unfiltered, unapologetic, with local voices and international minds. The Roundtable dive deep into today's toughest questions in society, politics, culture. Nothing is off limits. Your voice, your questions, your platform. Live on Wiz TV, featuring.
All right, folks. Morning, or let me say good afternoon from Monrovia. While I wait to welcome you, this is Spoon TV. My name is Nelson Colette. We are coming to you.
I protested because for my right.
What's your right that you protesting?
My right for Senate to move for Senate to move for our office. Because Senate is stealing. I will monitor the gate for us. Senate went and took it and buy car with it and use up all the families.
All right. Thank you for talking to Spoon TV.
Thank you too.
All right. I see some children. Hello, how are you? Okay. Welcome to Spoon TV.
Thank you.
Why are you protesting?
Thank you. We are here today.
Come closer, yeah.
I am drinking Papa. We are here today because of Sandy.
Yeah, just come closer. Be coming.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. I am here today because of Sandy. I realize that Sandy is stealing our money and he's sorting on that. Hey, Sandy telling us we, the black people, we are traumatized. And we want to tell Sandy that we are not traumatized.
But do you really think Sandy is the problem here?
Sandy is the problem.
Why do you think it's the problem?
Sandy was appointed to work for people with disability, but Sandy is not working for us.
Okay. So yes, what do you want the government to do?
So what I want for the government to do, because our lawmaker, they cannot critique people, they can't do background investigation before they confront people. Let us choose Sandy. We don't need it. Sandy is a former criminal that was shot in America in a back. His spinal cord is not working. Walker Brohi, Padi, he is exploiting what he make you to suffer. There you go. We don't need him.
All right, thank you for talking to Spoon.
Thank you.
All right, so folks, we are staying here live on the grounds on Capitol Hill. The protesting disabled Liberian citizens have taken onto the streets. They're here with their kids as well. As you see, they are chanting anti-same slogans all here. This is exactly what the situation is. All right, so I want to say thank you for joining us. So thanks for talking to Spoon TV. Of course, this is a situation. All right, so welcome to Spoon TV. What's your name?
They call me Nat Thomas.
Nat, why are you protesting?
I protest for my right.
What's your right you protesting for?
My right is I have the country as well benefit from the country. As a disabled person on the street.
And why you think you're not benefiting?
Because corruption in the government. Yes.
Okay.
And one of the important that the president in the government is saying the man trying to corrupt the disabled community.
So, but why you guys went to the legislature instead of maybe trying to address it in-house.
No, the legislature is not trying to address that issue. When you're ready to address that issue, they're going to address that issue. Yes. So we'll be here and they'll address that issue.
So thank you for telling. But why are you here with the kids? Why you guys brought the kids here too?
There's an empowerment money that the president gave to empower disabled people. But now Cynthia Akorio are still beggar.
But you think protesting is the right thing to do?
Oh yes. It's when you protest international community or ask on there will see what's going on in the country.
Why not try to handle this thing in-house? Maybe amongst you guys, the leadership, and try to handle this issue.
We are trying to do that, but they don't want to honor say
All right, thank you for telling me.
That we can do, we can protest.
All right.
That's the only thing. That everybody know what's going on.
All right, thank you for talking to Spoon TV.
Okay.
All right, so let's see if we can talk to another person. Yeah, we stay here live, Spoon TV. Welcome to Spoon TV. What's your name?
I'm James Reliable Timothy.
James, why are you protesting?
I'm here today because I'm not okay.
Why are you not okay?
Okay, number one, we as people live with disability, we have been struggling for so long. It is not one thing that made us to gather here today. The president gave 200,000 United States dollars. Only GSM gave $1.8 million. That money that you use it to empower person lives with disability. But now there's our director that were appointed by the president called Samuel Dean. They may only choose few people. You even tell him said now the people are in power, what their name, where is their picture, where is their video. He can give you it. When we tell him say, oh, you got to wait a 5 year thing. And this have been happening for so long. And now we tell you.
Did you guys come here with a petition?
Oh, we came here with petition from the beginning of this whole thing. From the beginning of this whole thing, we put all of our qualms on document. But then they see us as fool. They see us as foolish people. I think sometime back, they almost heard our sister here. And when I came here, the blind man saying he will fight the police. These are the places and this was the thing that we were involved into.
But do you think protest will solve this problem? You think protest is a solution? Like you guys coming out now?
First of all, I'm in between, but let me say this. You know what brother say what war in Liberia? Like here. And the government can see about us. The government in question were attacking physically. I'm telling you, remember the face. I'm telling you, we're out here. And the president can see about us. We're attacking physically. And the next one at the president house will go to.
All right, thank you for talking to Spoon TV. All right, so folks, we're still here. We see arrangements are being made to have the leadership spoken to. I see Representative Prince Toles of District 8, Montserrat County is here. They're making some arrangements to see how best they can speak to the leadership here. Why the protesters, the rest of the folks protesting, have blocked the main street, the principal street of Monrovia. It's all happening here up Capitol Hill, between the University of Liberia and the Capitol building, the home of the first branch of government. And of course, this is where the disabled community have gathered, demanding the removal of the president, Sam Dean. Some of the folks we've spoken with have told us that they've tried over the time to have this issue addressed, but no action has been taken. The Liberia National Police is working closely with the folks here to make sure that they can get them off the streets so as to bring the situation on a time. So the police is now requesting that the protesters leave the principal streets and go in the premises of the Capitol building. And that's the arrangement that's ongoing now. They're trying to get the protesters off the streets. Some of them are refusing, while others are complying with the Liberia National Police to go back. When we got here earlier, all of the protesters you see out here were on the grounds of the legislature. They were in there and trying to get the attention of the relevant individuals, the lawmakers, the heads of different committees, to speak to them so that they could present their petition. But because of the delay in getting that enrichment done, of course, the folks decided to get back in the streets. So this is where we are. Efforts are being made gradually. The protesters are getting back in there. Gradually, the protesters are leaving the streets, and the traffic is beginning to move slowly. I see Representative Prince Toles here.
Excuse me.
So the folks are about to read their petition. District 8 Representative Prince Toles has availed himself to speak to the folks. He's the chairperson on claims and petition at the House of Representatives, and he's going to speak to the folks here shortly. I understand the petition is going to be read as well. And this is where we are. Spoon TV, thanks for joining us. The chairman of the protesters is about to read the petition at this point.
Hello. Honorable Prince Toles, yes, sir. Thank you so much. Because of the how do you call it?
So they're about to read the petition.
What do you want?
Standing right before us is the chairman.
Document here. We want you to receive it. They're not too much. I know they're not going to listen. It was on the 22nd of this month. We went to the office of the president. You get what I'm saying? So we presented our petition to the president that the may appoint her as executive director and National Commission on Disability. That man is not working in line with the government agenda. The reason why his name is Saint D and is deputy for administration. The reason why they put them there is to run the affairs of persons with disability. But today, the man is corrupting to the highest degree. Yeah, man. Listen. Mambi, why you're listening?
Please wait, Mr. Ban.
Yeah.
Mr. Ban.
Yeah.
Before you can propaganda or you relocate, you need a protection for the property of Musa.
Thank you.
Now before now we need to that. Why is Prince Genoa? Why is Prince Genoa?
They not slip far and they mess all the
Hello? Mr. Ban,
yeah.
the honorable need to record the section, but they want the session today.
Yeah.
They want the session today. They want the session today. Because the level of us today will leave on our own until tomorrow morning. But I want to tell somebody to put and put in the barrel and bring it. We are fully prepared. Say D. Juju D. Will be fire. 1, 2. When you first should go, the deputy director for administration should also go. We tire with the corruption. We know that Joseph Boakai don't like corruption. Joseph Boakai don't want to hear corruption. Then you get a road and keep it around him. You can fire them. Why Boakai is always saying D? Today the brown people will hear, the purple people will hear, okay, get nothing to eat. Their country is rich. Can you imagine their country has 21 resources? 21 resources. So we're going to give you the platform now to read our petition, take us into read back. And what we are here today for? We are here to make sure that the president will first send DA, deputy director, and director for administration, they must go. Our money, we need our money. We need our money. This is the money we depend on to send our children to school. This is the money we depend on to pay our renters. Some of us will not get nothing. We don't have it. This is what we depend on. So, Mr. Baba, forward the mic to Mr. Pan who will read the petition. So I want you to listen carefully, yeah? Hello? Hello? Are we here for purpose? Yes. Are we here for purpose? Yes. What's the matter with the honorable? Who says so? Everybody. Thank you. Hello? So you please listen. Gentlemen, because of time, it was not grilled. It was just the whole of yesterday we prepared the document. Somebody ate our money to do it, eat bread, they never did it. So be it, because we read with our finger. Whatever it is in the document, we know everything. So we just went to briefly say about it, the honorable receive it, and go, a decision will be taken within 3 days. If not so, we'll be back. So, hello. So, Honorable Cristo, thank you so much. I know you're big at the House of Legislation. We are one of the persons or people that you people here for. Thank you for coming. The petition that you have, what we are about to present to you, this is not our first time, it's not our second time. Today marks our 3rd time appearing. That's to tell you that it's on our mind and we're sleeping with it. National Commission on Disability had about Samuel SD, the Deputy Winifred Tay. That commission is made to improve the life of people with disability through programs. But saying the president appointed them, nothing of kind we are seeing, but only corruption. Say they control over 500,000 US as budget at the commission, only for the 4 persons work with that commission. We call for increasement in budget, but he also wrote a Ministry of Finance in order to empower the commodore. Those are on the street begging. Yes. And then 200,000 US were given to Mr. D. Yes. The 200,000, he selected only 100 persons across Liberia. And the 100 persons that he selected, he gave 250 US for each. We did our calculation. It means that only 25,000 was spent out of that money. But the 175,000 left with Mr. D. When we sat with him and questioned him, Mr. D said he bought a car through that money. So we believe that money was not intended for that. The 175,000 left with him. Not only that, the government of this country, from President George Weah to where we are, every president in power, when Christmas and New Year coming, they will give the disabled community a package. Yes, sir. Yes. President Joseph Yima Buaka, he gave us 5,000 days gone December with 1,500 US. 5,000. He gave us 1,500 already with 5,000 US. It was later added.
So for the Diaspora Caucus, as per the commitment made at the Diaspora Conference in DC, we have Senator Taylor, who is the chair of Foreign Affairs, to chair that. Francis Dopo, co-chair, Daba Fabla is on our committee, Boto Kane, Yan Twain, Amara Conan, Momo Sarah, Senator Chair, and Senator Johnny Quay. Augustine, chair. So we will do the communication and send the TOR for that committee. And
And what are the session today? Because a lot of us today will leave on our own until tomorrow morning. But I want to tell somebody to put and put in the barrel and bring it. We are fully prepared. Say D. Say D. Say Juju D. Will be fire. 1, 2, 2, Two, when if I should go, the deputy director for administration should also go. We tire with the corruption. We know that Joseph Boakai don't like corruption. Joseph Boakai don't want to hear corruption. Then you get a road and keep it around him. You can fire them. Why Boakai is always saying today the black people will hear, oh, the purple people will hear, okay, get nothing to eat. Their country is rich. Can you imagine their country has 21 resources? 21 resources. So we're going to give you the platform now to read our petition, Peterson to read back. And what we are here today for? We are here to make sure that the president will first send a deputy director and director for administration. They must go. They must go. Our money, we need our money. We need our money. This is the money we depend on to send our children to school. This is the money we depend on to pay our renters. Some of us will not get nothing. We don't have it. This is what we depend on. So, Mr. Ba, the single letters I'm telling you all the mic to Mr. Ba who will read the petition. So I want you to listen carefully, yeah? Hello? Hello? Are we here for purpose? Yes. Are we here for purpose? Yes. What's the matter with the honorable? Who says so? Everybody. Thank you. Hello? So you please listen. Gentlemen, because of time, it was not grilled. It was just the whole of yesterday we prepared the document. Somebody ate our money to do it, eat bread, they never did it. So be it, because we read with our finger. Whatever it is in the document, we know everything. So we just going to briefly say about it, the honorable receive it, and go, and decision will be taken within 3 days. If not so, we'll be back. So, hello. So, Honorable President, thank you so much. I know you've been at the House of Legislation. We are one of the persons or people that you people are here for. Thank you for coming. The petition that you have, what we are about to present to you, this is not our first time, it's not our second time. Today marks our 3rd time appearing. That's to tell you that it's on our mind and we're sleeping with it. National Commission on Disability had about Samuel SD, the Deputy Winifred Tay. That commission is made to improve the life of people with disability through programs. But saying the president appointed them, nothing of kind we are seeing, but only corruption. Say they control over 500,000 US as budget at the commission, only for the 4 persons work with that commission. We call for increasement in budget, but he also wrote a Ministry of Finance in order to empower the commodore. Those are on the street begging. Yes. And then 200,000 US were given to Mr. D. Yes. The 200,000, he selected only 100% across Liberia. And the 100% that he selected, he gave 250 US for each. We did our calculation. It means that only 25,000 was spent out of that money. But the 175,000 left with Mr. D. When we sat with him and questioned him, Mr. D said he bought a car through that money. So we believe that money was not intended for that. The 175,000 left with him. Not only that, the government of this country, from President George Weah to where we are, every president in power, when Christmas and New Year coming, they will give the disabled community a package. Yes, sir. Yes. President Joseph Yima Boakai, he gave us 5,000 days gone December with 1,500 US. 5,000. He gave us 1,500 already with 5,000 US. It was later added. But Mr. D did not distribute the food according to what he told us. July 26th, they gave bag of rice without money. We asked him, he said there was no money attached to it. Why? Mr. D could not explain. But the only thing he did, just to insult us that we are unserious people, we are street beggar, we can go out of counter and bring people, children, to be begging with them on the street. Why our children on the street? It's a blatant lie. On that note, we feel that Mr. D is inciting the civil community and other people against Joseph Yimabuaka administration. The government that we brought to power, we will never allow somebody to destroy the good image of the government. We stand by the government, we stood by the government, and we continue to stand by this government. That's part of our conviction. And one of the things that also in the petition, many of us standing here, we went to school, we went to university, other places, we have degree. So we are asking the government that from high school up, jobs should be provided to us. We are tired with the street begging. And those that are not educated, we don't even want to know why they are not educated. That's the condition. But it is squarely incumbent on the government to improve our life through program, through empowerment. Our uneducated disabled women and men on the street, begging and sending, insulting them. We need government to empower them. Ali every more, then one person get 150. You will not see her on the street. Moreover, we are asking the vice president office, the group of 77. It is only physical challenge people benefiting from that place. And they get a venture in all of the 13 counties. Those that work with the group of 77, they are employed. But across the country, not even 15 black persons work with group of 77. We try by all means to be part of group of 77, the blind and the deaf. We are not giving the opportunity. Every month they receive donation. Bag of rice, 2 bags of rice, every month. But blind people, we are not getting anything. But when the president of the republic send placement or July 26 package to National Commission on Disability, all the group of some disabled people, we all go there and benefit. We feel that it is confusing. We are not against it, but we are asking the government that if they need to help somebody, the blind and the deaf, we are the most vulnerable people and we need help in this country. We need help in this country. We need help in this country. So we have come to present this petition to you. And lastly, in our petition, recommendation is made when the opportunity is given us. People that we want to lead them, they will see them. But for now, the civil community say they should be fired. Say they should go. And anything for the government to keep standing there, it will be bad. We don't want it to die. We know yes, our own disabled men. We will never rest until the man removed. Thank you for your understanding, Honorable.
So the folks have presented their petition.
Hello? Before they run the talk against your statement, what is Ellen Homosaki? Okay. Please give up.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Genevieve. I wonder how you make your headline.
Indeed, it's a great day to be on here tonight, and the weather is kind of rainy right now. I don't know if it's because October want to say goodbye to us all, but again, we like to say welcome to this presentation of the program, the Round Table. We are back here on this weekend presentation, and my name is William McGill. I'd like to say good evening to you, Mr. Abu, and welcome back to our final presentation for this week.
Good evening, William, and I'm glad to be here tonight. The final presentation for the month of October. We got 2 more months to end this year, and we got a lot of things happening in Liberia. We know we are at a peak of political activities. We are at a peak of social activities and everything going on. My name is Samuel Abu. I'm going to be here tonight, and I think we are going to give you our views on various issues and trending events in Monrovia and Liberia. And my name is Samuel Abu again. William, can you tell me what we are here for tonight? What are we going to talk about?
Basically, we will look at the recent, visa situation there between the U.S. government and Liberia, and we've been informed that after some diplomatic efforts between the Liberian government and that of the United States government, there's some changes in terms of visa, how long Liberians will have certain kind of visas and arrange for a period of 36 months. We'll look at that as well, what it means for Liberians, especially, people who want to do business, and what are those things that are needed to be done in order to, maintain the requirement of the visa process. We'll also look at, this protesting from the group of 77, the disabled community, has been a situation. We witnessed their protest some part of last week, and again today they were out there, to call on the government to be able to see reason to remove their current, head, Sam Dean. So we'll look at that as well. And let me say to everyone following us tonight, we are also live on YouTube at Weez TV. You can kindly follow our YouTube channel as well. And thanks for following us tonight on the program, The Roundtable.
Thank you so much, William. And this is going to be a very beautiful evening here too in America. It is raining, and it's about 6:30 on this East Coast. And we are going to be looking at various things. But first of all, I think you have already played that video for the disabled community. Is that a group of 77, or that is a portion of the group of 77?
It's a portion of the group of 77.
Okay, so because as I see that they are mainly the visually handicapped or visually challenged group that is there. Because I saw the other day again, they were out there and they were in some scuffle with the police. And I think all of their claims are very legitimate. They need to be cared for, but at the same time, why we do care for them, we have to create an enabling environment so that we can see their capacity. Many of them, just as he said, that many of them are university graduates, they are high school graduates, and they have a lot of things that they have achieved, and they should be able to do something to contribute to society or to contribute to the well-being of their own children. I think what he's trying to say there is that some things are coming, some benefits are coming for their heads, for the organization, but only the heads are enjoying these things, and the heads are conniving with other people so that they are not having an equitable distribution of what's supposed to be coming to them. This is not very fair, and this government of our country, I think they say the king of rescue. Don't only rescue the people who are hungry. Don't only rescue the people who can see. Don't only rescue the people who can be walking. Rescue everybody. Let there be some program for every group of people that are in that country. Because when we look at these visually handicapped people, where is Binyakuta at this time? When I was in Liberia, there was this guy, Binyakuta. He had a very big organization and they were having a lot of things. But later I saw that Binyakuta was given a government job, or he was offered something in government, and later he just forgot about the group. And this is the problem with people in that country, and we need to start talking about these issues, because every organization, sometimes it is formed because of is formed to cater to the group of some privilege, also a particular group of people who need to be paid attention to. Now, but when they start forming it, the leaders normally connive and they make it into a little clique of people that any benefit that comes, they know they will, every time they want to go to government to ask for benefits, they do mobilize the entire group to go with them so that they can make the noise. But when the government pays attention, when these benefits come, only the few people at the top enjoy, and this is not fair. We not only, today we are only looking at the visually handicapped. It even happens among our different organizations. People do not cater to one another. They just add, when they make themselves advocates, they do that. They make themselves advocates for their own pockets. Let's imagine the women. When the women were talking, oh, we need our space, we need to go to the legislature, we need 30% and this and that, you know. Let's imagine, it's just difficult. If you even have a woman candidate in an election, all the women will vote against that person, you know. The women vote against their own people, then they want representation, just because when little benefits come, few people are enjoying. We have to start seeing how we can have ourselves represented on the table. How can we get on the table? Because when they start looking at the women, all right, after that, the next thing, they start looking at, oh, female lawyers. So if you're not a lawyer, they're not advocating for you, you know. By the time they come to see, oh, the educated ones, then they start calling one group our market women, you know, and normally they are branded that way, calling them market women to assume that they are not educated, that they are just followers, and they are not qualified and competent enough to become leaders. But within the market system, those people are their own leaders. They know how to organize. The women know how to put money together to get the economy wheel turning. But at the time things happen, we forget about them. But it is those market women that have the economy turning. They are the one that made the pot boil in every home in the morning or every day. They are the one that make those pots to boil, you know. But when time comes, we forget about them. Now, when we even said 30%, the 30% was not sufficient. The women need to start working with one another to see how they can pursue, you know. A woman is this, you hardly see women who driving their beautiful cars, who got government jobs, to even go to the ghettos to see how they can take other women from there so that those women can become useful to society. Many of them do not do it, you know. We have to start seeing how we can care for one another. Now, these are visually handicapped people. What can they do? With the economy so stringent, for even people who have the vision, people who can see, people who can walk straight, economy is so difficult. So how are you going to have these people, into an organization? The government needs to start, with a group of 77. The vice president office in the past used to be responsible for the group of 77. This happened in the past governments. During Nsedo time, it came to the time of President Joseph Boakai when he was vice president. Now, what is Jeremiah Kun doing? He needs to do something about this office. Within his own office, he should have a particular desk there that should be having the group of 77. You know, we don't have to look at them as people who do it. In America here, when you decide to do things to those people, every population, every application you write, they want to know whether you are disabled so that they can give you some preference, because they want to make sure that a house will go in. You go to the Capitol building now, I can bet you at the Capitol building or even the executive mansion, they do not have rails there for disabled people to ride their wheelchair to go inside there. So it means it is not presented for disabled people, you know. We do not have people who bring cane to give to these visually handicapped people. And we need to start looking at those things, you know. Those who are given scholarships must also start to consider that these guys, the more you empower them, if you empower them with education, some of them can have the means. I think there is a visually handicapped guy who is, what is his name? He is at the MTA, I think a deputy managing director at the MTA. He has a visual problem. I think he said he graduated from Cotton. I didn't understand that. These are people we should see how we can keep pushing them. And it is not only one person. When we put one person in government, that is not sufficient. These guys can be receptionists at the various ministries, you know. But the Liberian people were just very quick to forget. Oh, we who can see, we ain't get food to eat, and people like this, you come in to deal with. That is wrong. Humanity must always be royal. We should put some royalty in our people. Let's make use of the people. Because I think they are saying that because they are not having these opportunities, so you have people in the street, so they just become beggars in the street. People, they live at the whims and caprices of people who got a heart, who got that humanitarian heart to give them something. Some people come and look at them and just pass by them, but they remember it. Not because you do not have a visually handicapped, a physically handicapped person in your family, so that means that you don't care for them. The $10, the $5, the $15, $20, $50 that you give to them is what sustains them. Now we say we have an authority on tourism. Are you going to have these people in the street that when tourists come, they turn around every day, they got people behind them with bags and begging them? That's not the right thing that we're going to be looking at. Or want to have a community, or you want to make the thing look like a Jamaican kind of tourism. When people come, you take them only to one side. The other side, you don't take them because people there, they are not supposed to see. But remember that these people who are coming as tourists, they have those same kind of people in their country, but they have programs to take care of them. We need to do something about these people. The government needs to start reconsidering. The one group of 77 has completely it has outlived its capacity. Some people have lived there all their lives, because when they say group of 77, that means it was in 1977 they were officially, recognized during the government of President Tobot when he built that place for them. So these are places that need to be built in almost every county. Considering the Liberian Civil War that came, they addressed the issues of people who were shooting guns. They did not address they did not address the issues of people who were shot at. Because there is somebody who they shot at and he did not die, but his foot got broken. He went to the hospital, they cut his foot. They got somebody there, he was shot in the eyes. He managed to stay living. What can we do to help these people? They need to be helped. I really think that President Joseph Boakai and those people at the ministry at whatever ministry, that is responsible, what agency is responsible, those people who are responsible, those are not people we call veterans. They are not veterans. Because there were some people who never participated in the war. It was stray bullet that came to them and hide them. We need to have some programs for all of these people. As time goes on, let's start remembering them. Because everything, as they do it, even those people, even when they are having elections, these people must have a say. They should have somebody to train them to go to vote for the person of their like. The president that they like, they must be able to vote. They are human beings. They are not dead. They are human beings. They are living in Liberia. They are Liberians. They have reached the age. But when you decide to discriminate against them, that is unconstitutional. I think the government should start looking at these people. We may create interest in one person. Mr. Dillon, Senator Dillon is there. I think there's a woman somewhere in Mount Barkley area that he normally goes there to visit. Yes, that's his friend. She's disabled or she's handicapped. He goes there. But he needs to start stretching his hand, because it is not the taxes that we pay to pay him, or whatever remuneration he's receiving, should he only be going to one person? Let him learn to spread it around. Take some days, go to this place. Because these people are complaining that even when Christmas comes, if people come and give us few bags of rice, we do not receive it. Then the next day, what about the days that like Monrovia is at a standstill? When do they go out to beg? They live from hand to mouth. When nothing is doing in Monrovia, nowhere they beg. They remain in their homes. Their children got to go to school. And public buildings must also look at. They build a big building that they call, the ministerial complex. They do not have a rail there for disabled people or for handicapped people to enter that building with a how we call it with a wheelchairs. With a wheelchairs. You know, that is disingenuous. It is unconstitutional. We need to start looking at them. Because in as much as in that country, we look at the people who were warlords, who caused, some of the people would know their disability is natural or they were born with it. What about these people that their disability was caused by the war? Did we address this issue? If we address the issue in the documents, are we implementing these documents? I mean, are we implementing the address for them? We're really not doing anything. Everywhere you go in Monrovia, outside the supermarkets, on Broad Street, you do this. If you are just a humanitarian, sometimes you put $10,000 in your pocket, you just keep giving it because everywhere you go, you meet them. What are we doing to keep them in one place? Even the marketers, these people will have money, they want to make market, but they do not have a space for them in the market to ride a wheelchair to sit behind the tables. What can we do? We have to start looking at these people. Okay? So much.
Yeah.
Now, you do see them sometimes, right, Rob? Right,
yeah, of course. And it will interest you to know that it's not just only government places, but even private public areas that you have, you know, people to access. There's no facility or no place that you can have somebody who rides a wheelchair to enter a facility. I know one of the biggest private university only have stairs. There's no rail for people who ride wheelchairs to be able to enter that facility, and the entire university building is all stairs. So I was trying to ask someone as to how somebody who wants to acquire education in this field, but is maybe disabled and can't walk, but wants to go to school and wants to attend this university, how do you think they will have access to all of the classes when you only have stairs for people who are capable enough? I think it's about time the government and other relevant authorities that are in charge of these kind of situation be able to implement the right, laws and procedures as to how to build buildings that will be accessed by people in the public, instead of just building it like it's just for you and your family, and you basically don't care as to what's going to happen next.
Yeah, because this is what is happening. Care less for them. There are international organizations or international conferences that sometimes that will cater to these people. When they invite them, you see the minister going, and he will go without a disabled person or a handicapped person or a visually or physically challenged person. They will go without them. They do not. Nobody goes there to supply them crutches for those who have problem with their legs. Nobody goes there to give them classes. There is no place for people to go. We have these people, they are part of our population. Their population may be as minute as anything, but they are part of the 100% of Liberian population. And there should be something done about these people. There should be something done about them. Because it takes time, really, to look at people to feel that, because if you are not in that thing, if you even go around Monrovia, public buildings, they do not have handicap access bathrooms. Let's imagine a man is in a wheelchair. He wants to ease himself. He's in the street. Where does he go to do it? We need to start looking at things. I know it may be difficult to start at this time, but we have to do it at a little places. Especially new buildings and new facilities we are putting. I can just imagine, even the place they call the Invincible Park. They do not have the bathrooms there do not have access for disabled people or for wheelchair, you know. And everywhere that they look here, we have to start looking at zoning codes. That all of these little things that we are building now, we say we are building Monrovia for the next millennium. Let's start putting these things there to understand that our population of people who work and get hungry every day, who look for jobs, they are not the only group of people. We still need the people to be, we need to look at these people. Okay? While we're waiting for William, now let's look at this thing here that just came in. Yesterday, we saw a lot of people dancing and dancing and dancing. What were they dancing for? That the United States government has decided to extend the validity of tourist and business visas for Liberian citizens from 12 months to 36 months. That is a very, very, very big development in our country. We appreciate it. But every little good thing also has some things that we have to be cautioned about. With the lackadaisical thing that we can do in Liberia, we just take everything for granted. Yes, what does the release say? They say the validity of the tourist and business visa, that is the B1 and B2 visa, B1 and B2 visa, will be extended from 12 months to 36 months. This does not mean that every visa that they were issuing to people or to clients, these visas were for, I see the Minister of Foreign Affairs dancing because this has happened. That is an achievement for her. Yes, it's an achievement for her. I do understand that. An achievement for the government. They are moving it from 12 months to 36 months. How did it happen? When government officials were traveling, when business people could really justify to be eligible to be given the 12 months visa, which is a multiple visa. And not every visa that was given for 12 months was a multiple visa. There were also single entry visas because they give you an M and -1, which means you can only enter even though you got a visa valid for 12 months. But you can, even though you have a valid visa for 12 months, you can only enter once and return. This, what it does to us, it's going to eliminate, it is really going to eliminate the number of overstay visa that we'll be having in America. We have so many people, they do this because they want to curb the problem of overstaying our visas. Now, many people were given 12 months visas, but 12 months visas were maybe government officials who were coming, people who were coming on business, but just coming to visit, to go back, you couldn't get the 12 months. Some people were getting 3 months, stay coming. But now, please understand that this 36 months that they say they will give, it means that where they used to give 12 months, they will not give it for 36 months. So you have 3 months, you have 3 years that you have a visa running for 3 years. This means that once it is running and they give it as a multiple visa, it could also be given as a single entry visa, but it can give it as a multiple visa. Therefore, you can come, go back, come, go back, come, go back. Even though that's the trick that a lot of people use. When they come one time, they come the second time, they don't want to go back. And this has been causing all of these overstays and got the people to tighten their buttons and tighten the bolts on everything that we do, especially in achieving the visas to come in this country. Now, they say the extended validity multiple entry visa, which is the B1. B1 is for business. That means you've been able to determine, to tell the people that you are coming here for business. Okay. Then B2 is for tourism. That is visiting visa. So once you are coming for a visiting, you are coming to say, oh, I'm going to visit my mother. Oh, I'm going for graduation. Oh, my mother died. They're having a funeral in America. That's where I'm going. These are all tourist visas. Okay. Now, when you have this kind of visa, they say you may likely, because all of this thing they're talking about, it got to be determined by the consular officer who does the interview with you. Now, when you go to do the interview, that's where the issue comes in. If you are not able to convince them, that you're going to, that what you are going to do here, I mean, it's going to be genuine, and they are not convinced that when you come, you will be going by. They will not give you the 12 months visa, or they may even decide to deny you the visa. So this whole visa business is something, when we see people dancing, yes, it is a very good thing. But few people are going to benefit from this. It is not a carte blanche thing. It is not an open thing that every party going to the embassy, they're going to give you this. No.
Mr. Abu, do you think there's no much education as to this entire B1, B2 visa process in the public? Like every other person in the public, common Liberian, if I may say, thinks that is an easy thing to get a US visa now.
No, it is still not going to make it easy. It's not going to make it easy. You are going to get 36 months if you meet the requirement. Just the same way you have been meeting the requirement and given. Because even at the time, it was just 12 months. They are just saying that you can be eligible for a 36-month visa. 36-month validity. It used to be 12 months. If you can convince them, mainly people who come in as diplomats, people who come in to work for the UN or working for international organizations, they'll come into America. Or sometimes people who are students and other things coming, you'll get that visa. But while it used to be 12 months, because when I came here as Minister Counselor to the United States at the Liberian Embassy in Washington, D.C., it was a 12-month visa that we were receiving. And our visa, after every 12 months, we were sending our visa to the State Department for reissuance, and they will reissue us another visa that will run for the next 12 months. That's what it has always been. So this is not something, and I'm telling you something that happened about 25 years ago. Okay? When I worked at the Liberian Embassy as Minister Counselor, our visas were given for 1 year, including the ambassador's visa. Including the ambassador's visa, they were giving us 12 months visa. So as the 12 month is finishing, our protocol officer will collect all our passports and send it to the Office of Foreign Missions so that they can issue another 12 months. But now they are saying that instead of 12 months, they will be given 36 months, which is 3 years. Now, the 36 years will also go with multiple entry. Okay, it has to go with multiple entry. Let's say, for example, they say the broader context is the policy change is described by the Liberian official as a major diplomatic breakthrough. Okay, for years, Liberia has been having only the 12 months. Okay. Now, this is intended to strengthen business and investment opportunities, promote cultural exchange and family visas, and reflect growing international confidence in the Liberian governance and the President, Joseph Nyuma Boakai. Thank you. This is all good about it. But you will still go to the embassy. Those who are diplomats who are going on the A visa, they do not go for interview at all. Once they can present their document, you do not even have to go there. As a diplomat, you don't go to the embassy. Your visa is processed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Just as when the president is traveling here, the president is coming with a delegation, none of those people there go to the embassy. Their visas, their protocol officers send those visas through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the embassy, and the embassy will issue the visas. Many times when they visit, doesn't really entail certain group of people, because it is also known that some people's names are put on our list just because they wanted to get visa and to come to stay. Okay, so based on that, sometimes you have seen in many instances, I think you have seen before that you've heard that this minister was denied visa, even though his name was on the list to go with the president, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Because they have to be convinced. The consular officer got to be convinced. Okay, and one thing that we have to be very considerate about is that the update travel to many is not a guarantee for visa issuance. They say it's not a guarantee When you even go pay your money, because the B1, you are coming as a business, and when you say you're coming as a business, you will need to justify a lot of things, to be eligible. First, if you're coming on a B1, which is a business, or a B2, which is a tourism, you're coming to visit somebody, you're coming for some program of all the kind of thing, they say it's not a guarantee that you are going to get the visa. Because the first thing is be eligible for a visa and be qualified for a visa. Then the consular officer will decide whether you need 12 months or you need 36 months. Somebody's daughter is graduating and they're coming from Liberia to America for the graduation. They are not going to give you 36 months. The graduation is an event. It's an event that you are coming to. You're not going to get 36 months. Okay. I'm saying this in addition of me being a former diplomat. I'm also a partial accredited immigration person with the Department of State, with the Department of Justice, that will represent people to file documents for them. So these are things that we are knowledgeable about. So we know that America has a strong ties with Liberia. So if you come, you say, oh, my daughter is getting married, or my brother is getting married, you show the invitation, everything. Yes, you have to go. They agree to this. But one thing you have to understand, you have to prove to them that you are not just coming to America, but you are still leaving behind a strong tie. Okay? And a strong tie is something like you have to show that you are employed in Liberia, or you are an owner of a business, that you can't leave your business to come here to stay in America. Because all of this is intended to make sure that you are not coming to overstay your visa, or you are not coming from being a non-immigrant to be an immigrant in America. They want to make sure that you present documentation of the family, that you have a family in Liberia, such as you are leaving your wife, you are leaving your children are in school, and all this and that, and you are the one responsible for them. And whatever sources of support for them is coming from Liberia. Many people are advancing, but this is going to make the thing kind of critical for us. It may sound easy, it may sound as a new thing, but it's going to be kind of critical. Now, they're also saying that you should have a proof of property ownership or long-term lease agreement. These are all things that they will put in a document. You own a house in Congo Town, yes? That's your house. But we have many of us who got houses in Congo Town and other places. We abandoned our house in Kingdom America. So you have to be able to convince that consular officer. And these days, sometimes the consular officers are not people who are really experiencing the thing. Are they young guys or men, women who are just coming from college? They get their thing. So when all of these are happening, let's imagine that you are in Liberia. You have to show them that you have some financial stability in Liberia. Well, no, you have to bring your bank statement and say, oh, I got this account.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank God. At this time,
wow.
And they're telling everybody that
when they're putting people money, oh my goodness.
Yes. They are saying that consular officer you have in that office there at the embassy is the one who is going to determine your faith. So B1 and B2, government has nothing to do with it. It is you who's supposed to be convincing the people that you have the ability to come and go. Now, in addition to that, they want to know whether you have a financial stability. Financial stability is like you must show that you have enough funds to cover all your costs during your stay in the US. Some people come in, like when we're having the Alger convention, the guys who came, they'll ask you where you're going to be. You're not going to be to nobody. You have to show them, because you are coming for a convention, you have to show them that you are coming to a hotel, that you have a booking in that hotel. All these things you have to show, you have to show, including all of your travel. You have your ticket ready. You have a ticket, you have accommodation, and you have a living expense. And all of these can be demonstrated through your bank statement. We know these days some people go to the bank and make some paper and tell you, oh, this person got $500,000 in the bank just to allow to come to America. You got $500,000 in the bank that America, you come and stay. Why you can't stay in Liberia? That $500,000 will be more useful. But they say we are here, so why they can come? Okay. So no immigrant intent, because your intention, you must, in your interview and with your presentation of documents, must be able to convince the people that you don't intend to come and stay in America. All of these measures are intended to curb the rate or to reduce the rate of overstay of visas. So you must overcome the legal presumption that your visa is not intended to come and stay permanently in this country. Because the visa officer or the consular officer, his main goal is to determine your eligibility by asking you questions about your purpose of visit and also your background, your purpose of visit. What are you coming from? My daughter graduating. What are you coming from? My uncle burial. What are you coming from? My daughter, my sister wedding, my brother's wedding. They know all of these. Just remember, you are not the first that are going there with that statement. Thousands and millions of people from the time they open an embassy in that place there have been coming. Some come and go back, some don't go back. I hear people say, oh, when you come in for a conference, you come the first time, please go back. So the next time, because you got a multiple visa, you can come back now and stay. Okay, that is good. But the worst thing to do here, all the time we say in Liberia, we say ship luck is different from good luck. And all of these things are there. But this one, the whole thing they have done, the government officials will start dancing up and down. Because for them, official visa, you will get it. And then you have to, while they used to give you 12 months, they will give you 36 months this time. That is if you qualify for the visa and if you meet the requirements for the 36 months. Because if you only have a means to come for a conference that lasting for 7 days, why are they giving you 36 months? They can't give you 36 months. For government officials, they will give them the 36 months to reduce the rate of them running back to the embassy to go apply for new visa. Because if they look at your category, then they know that you are always going to be traveling to America. They're not. They may give you the 36 months. Our foreign minister, Sarah Beslo Nyati, when her visa is carried to the embassy now, she is going to get 36 months because they know she's always in and out of America. These people will always come and go. But if you are there coming for one graduation, which is an event that should take only 1 day, they may decide to give you 3 months. They may give you only 3 months. Because all this thing has to do with if you are an essential person. If you are a businessman, Musa Belete goes to the embassy, they'll give him 36 months. Because they know that Musa Belete is not going to run away from Liberia. His business is there. He will come and go. So many times. So, the standard B1 visa, the interview for the Liberian citizens, normally it's not held on the telephone. It's held face-to-face, not virtual, in person. And it's held at that embassy in Monrovia. It will include, first, you have to schedule an appointment. You have to fill out the D-160, which is the form. But the officer will decide whether to approve or to deny your visa, which will be based on your interview and your demonstration or your documents that you present. Some people come with very credible documents, but only to come find out when they ask them questions, they get intimidated. Some of them get very emotional. Just for the other side of the phone, there was a lady. Her daughter filed for her. When she got to the embassy, what are you going to America for? I'm going to my daughter. Did she send for you? Does she know that you are coming? They ask you those flimsy questions. They ask her a question and she just flare out. My own daughter, I bought her from my own stomach. She in America. She didn't want to say I'm gonna go. Then you hear you sitting there in the player. Oh, you don't know that even your daughter, before she came to America, she passed through that same test there. She passed through that same place. They're not going to stop you because you are coming as a relative of a U.S. citizen. But this whole 36-month business, 12 months to 36 months, is for people who are coming on business and people who come to visit, or who come to visit, or they call them tourists. Yeah. So we have to start looking at issues instead of blaming or just being happy because we do not understand some things. And it's not a carte blanche thing. It's not a carte blanche to say that once you apply for visa, you're going to get 36 months. Because what is happening, the presidency of Donald J. Trump, many new changes are taking place in this law, in the laws. Because they are saying that the Department of State, even there are some countries that they have suspended issuance of visa. Except if you're coming for something like the UN thing. But even to come as a student, they're not going to allow you. They're not even going to carry that program to your country. You know. And when they decided not to take those people, not to issue visas, the only exception to some of those things, maybe immediate relatives to immigrants, maybe your spouse, your children, your parents, if they are citizens of the United States. Or sometimes adopted children or adopted people by U.S. citizens. Most of the time, they also give visas to religious prelates. You know, we also have another group called the special immigrant visa. That doesn't doesn't go to Liberia. The special immigrant visa are the SIVs. That is the places where the U.S. Army has ever operated. And you were there either as an interpreter or as a facilitator for them. When they are leaving, they feel that your country is going to feel, your communities are going to feel that you will give information to them about America, or you were the one giving their community information to the American guys. So when the American guys leave, they feel that your body, your life there is going to be in danger. So they can give you what we call a special immigrant visa that will allow you to come to the United States as a refugee. And people who are also allowed from it, people who are relatives of the lawful permanent residents. There are people who are lawful permanent residents in the Americas, but you can only stay out of the country for a certain time. But in case you overstay that time outside America, it doesn't mean that you cannot come. You can still come back because you're a permanent citizen. You only overstayed your time there, but you have to this time apply for a visa to come back. Again, if you are a permanent resident, which one? The one we call the green card. If you are a green card holder and you go to Liberia or you go outside the United States, you overstay your visa. You have stayed more than 365 days. You can come on the 363rd day. You still use your green card to enter the country. But if you stay more than 365 or 64 days as a leap year, you are going to, once more decide to, if you want to come back to the States, you have to apply for a visa to come. The only time that doesn't happen, it is when you decide to apply for parole, which is a re-entry visa. A parole, which is a re-entry visa, which is a one sheet of paper with your picture on it. If you had it out, if you left and you were able to get that, you can come back without applying for visa. But that normally you do not apply for it when you are outside the country. You can only apply for it when you are in America. If you know that you are going to stay more than 1 year, you can apply for it. It may take some time to come, but when it comes, it's valid. It's most of the time valid for 2 years. So you can be outside there with a green card. Anytime you're ready to come, you don't have to go to the embassy. But if you do not have that parole or the re-entry visa or paper or permit, you have to go to the embassy to get a new visa into your book, into your passport before you come. All of these things are very easy and simple things, but we need to have a time to let a lot of Liberians understand why the Americans. This is a very, very big development that they have just come out with, and we applaud the government, especially the foreign minister. In Ghana, they say they were able to negotiate for 5 years. But in Liberia, where we were able to negotiate for 3 years, small, we'll go there. We'll get there. You know. There are other countries that the United States has determined that the citizens are of security hindrance in the United States. And when you're coming from those countries, you will need to have a bond. You will need to have a bond before you come. I think there are about 7 countries, especially in Africa. We have Mauritania. We have Sao Tome and Principe. We have Tanzania. We have the Gambia. We have Malawi. And we also have Zambia. Because all of these countries, they say any citizen or national of that country traveling on passport issued by one of those countries who is found otherwise eligible for a B1 or a B2. That is, they have qualified you to get a B1 or a B2 visa to come on a tourist or visiting visa. You must post a bond of $5,000 or 10,000 US dollars or 15,000 US dollars. This amount will determine at the time of the visa interview. Because when you put in a bond, they will have to verify it. Yes, you have $5,000 in the bank, or you have $5,000 that you have declared. So that applicant must also submit a Department of Homeland Security F-352, which is a form. So the visa fees for are normally non-refundable. You pay the money, you go for the visa, they deny you, you can't find other place there to say you want to get the money back. You can't get your money back. Now, there is another group of people, another visa, the H-1B visa. The H-1B visa, especially, is for people, they issue it to professional people. It is given to people who are coming to perform professional duties, specialty in occupation, because they come to stay for a certain length of time. But normally, the H-1B visa, it is a company that is in America or an institution in America that will apply for that visa for you. Let's say, for example, you have a PhD in Liberia. You apply for a job at a university where you are coming to be a professor. That university can file for you an H-1B visa. That when you come, you are going to work for them. So this whole visa reciprocity that we're talking about is not for every group of people. Because the B1, B2 visa, the visiting visa, you do have to pay money for it. You pay for it. Okay? The only one that we do not pay for are the A1, A2, A3. You don't pay for it because that one is for the diplomats, those who come in to work at the Liberian embassy, or those who come in to work for the United Nations. Even at that, when we say A1, that means you are a complete diplomat. Your spouse, your children, they are also people who are coming with you, they are accompanying you. So they give them what we call the A2 visa. They will also allow a diplomatic visa, which is a A31 to domestic servants. You know, we always find a way for people to come with us. Your nephew or your niece is living there with you in Liberia. You're being responsible for him all through. They appoint you as a diplomat. You have to put his name on the list, but he is coming as something like a domestic servant, because those who are going to give the A2 to are your wife and your children that you declared. But you also have that one to be doing. Now, I want us to look at the different types of visa that we receive. Still have time. We've already talked about the B1, B2 visa. The B2 visa is about business. You're a businessman. You know, the B2 visa in America is different from the B2 visa that you used to go. It's different from the visa you used to go to China, where you just think you just go to China, you stay in Guangzhou in a hotel, buy all your goods and leave it there, come back, they send it behind you. It's different. US, when you say you're coming on business, you have to give them all the information that this is a hotel you're coming to stop to, because you can't be coming on business, then you're coming to stop with somebody. But this time, what they are doing is that they are giving you a B1, B2 visa. All of them are just the same, because even as a tourist, you didn't come to stay, you are visiting to buy your things and go back. If you are invited by some people, let's say the United Nations, you come in for a conference, is the same B1 visa. I mean B2 visa, which is a tourism visa. Okay, so the B1 visa, it means that you are coming to attend a business meeting or consultation, or you are attending a business convention or a conference, or sometimes you came to negotiate a contract. And coming to negotiate a contract, you already have an invitation from a company that is in the United States that is telling you to please come. That means you are already in business with some people here. You are coming to meet them. That's what you do. That's how you get a B1 visa. Now, let's come to something about students. For the sake of the students are normally considered as non-immigrant visas. Non-immigrant students. And some of them are in student exchange programs. Now, for that, they will give you the F visa. The F1 visa will be strictly for academics. That you came to attend Wilmington University. So they'll give it to you for your complete stay at the university if you came to do a 4-year program. That visa expires on the day of your graduation, and you must be on your way back the next day. They don't give you an extension. That's an F1 visa. Okay. So this visa is for a full-time student in degree and academic program. Sometimes you may get a work authorization, but you may only work on the campus. You can work outside the campus. If you have to work at a fast food center, it must be a fast food center that is within the campus. Okay. We also have what we call the J visa. The J visa is for people who are in exchange program. It doesn't have to be academic. Let's say, for example, VOA decides to bring some journalists for training. You are only coming for a 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, or 2 months training. So they will give you a J visa. Because this institution that is sending for you, they are going to be responsible for everything about you. They are responsible for your feeding, your lodging, and your length of stay in the country. They are the ones doing it everywhere. Now, in the J1 visa, we also have what we call the J1 visa. It cannot only be maybe for this kind of exchange. Let's say a cultural troop is coming here. When the Ministry of Information wants to bring a cultural troop here to come and perform at a university, to come and perform at a group somewhere, there they will give you a J1 visa. But in case we have something like people who are coming for only vocational training. If you're coming for vocational training, your time, they are going to give you what we call an M visa. The M visa is just specific that you are just coming for a vocational course to go back. The F visa, F as in Frank, is that you are coming for academic course. The J visa is for exchange, student exchange or work exchange. You only come in, you'll be working and going to school at the same time. Let's say you came to VOA, or you came to a radio station, the Boston. You came to the Boston Tribunal. So there are many different visas that you have to be working for. But do not forget, we have what we call immigrant visas. Immigrant visas are kind of different. Immigrant visas are for people who are coming to stay permanently in the United States. They come to stay in the United States. Let's say, for example, the A visa. The A visa is a non-immigrant visa because that's a diplomat. You come, you're not coming to stay here, you're coming to go. And as a diplomat, you are not allowed to work anywhere. If you have an A1 visa, only your embassy you can work at. Any work outside of your embassy is a violation, and you can be cautioned for that, and you can be issued what we call a persona non grata. A persona non grata. That means you have outlived your relevance. Because your relevance is to be working at the embassy, but then you have jumped yourself over to go somewhere else. They will issue you a persona non grata. Now, there will also be nannies, domestic servants that come with an ambassador. Now, if I come as an A1 diplomat, my spouse and my children are all going to be A2. My wife or my spouse can be issued a work authorization. She can work outside. Because she is an adult, they cannot hold her hand to say that she cannot work. She has to help her, she has to sustain her children. So the wife can have a visa and a work authorization. So she can work outside because she is not an employee of the embassy. And she is not a domestic servant. So she can be given a work authorization to work. So we are seeing that there are many people who will come on different visas. Let's say, for example, a physician, a doctor. Any doctor that is coming here, they will either come on a B1 visa or a B2 visa. They're coming to visit somebody, or they can give them a a J visa. I mean, they're coming for an exchange, come to do something. They're not coming for academic work. They come and go back. Or they can give them a H-1B visa. That means they are coming to work. They are coming to do their residency all the time. We also have visas for religious workers. Their visa is an ARO visa. We have temporary agriculture workers. There are a few other visas that you cannot get outside of America. You can only get them while you're in America. And please note that there are also visas, if you are stateless in America, that you can get those visas right in America. Let's say, for example, there is a U visa. If you are a victim of criminal activities, you came in this country, your visa has expired that you came with, and all of a sudden, gangs get on you. You're lying in the hospital, you need more treatment, they can deport you. They can give you a U visa, which can eventually lead you to permanent residency. We also have victims of human trafficking. That's a T visa. Somebody goes to Liberia, and sometimes they marry you. They bring you here in America. Well, as you arrive, they take your visa from you. Your visa overstay. As you're working, they find work for you. As you're working, you bring the money to them. You're working, you bring the money to them. They determine where you go. They determine who you talk to. You know, that's trafficking. They have people who are like sex workers who are trafficked. You come, you bring them to Liberia, you bring them to America. Then you bring them to Joe. In the night they go out, they do a thing, they bring it to you. All of a sudden, when they are caught, those people can say, this Mr. Abu brought us here. He has been collecting money from us. He said he will give us paper, and he didn't do it. Mr. Abu will be arrested. But then, they are already in the United States. So they can be helped and be given T visas. And these T visas can eventually lead them to permanent residency. So these are all different visas that people can get. We don't have much time. That will finish. Maybe we'll have another time. Just before I go, I don't know whether this new diplomatic arrangement is in compensation of us allowing Garcia
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that same question.
to allowing Garcia to come to our country, because a lot of African countries are accepting these people who are supposed to be deported to their countries, but they say, no, if I go there, the people don't allow me because they want to come to America. They want. So they are sending the man from El Salvador all the way to Liberia. We agreed to take him. So to make that arrangement, you two have to put your thing on the table. And our people can come, we can here, you're letting them be here for 3 months, 1 year, and this and that. Why you can't extend our visa? So okay, take it. This could be, I am not saying, I don't have proof for it. But why it did not come about until just after this time, even though diplomatic negotiations can take a long period before they come to fruition. But I think that is just about it. And also sometimes you get some aid because of it.
I think for that question we'll have an answer to it. We'll have an answer to it during next Tuesday press briefing, because it's a question being asked by most of the people in opposition, and I know, the guys at the Ministry of Information will definitely address that as the usual it does, during their regular press briefing, as to whether having Garcia in the country is why we got that huge length of time for the visa process.
No, they would normally tell you that they are not related. Garcia was strictly accepted on humanitarian grounds in conjunction with the 1951 Convention, Geneva Convention on Human Rights, Refugees, and Asylum. That's the basis, which everybody will tell you that was the basis. So we cannot put them together on the officialdom. We cannot put them together. They would always tell you that they are not connected. We have been negotiating this thing a long time, about the 1 year to 3 months, because countries around us, Ghana is getting 5 years, while we who are traditional friends of America, we will only be getting 1 year. Why have we done so much? Tell us it, That's it. That's what they will tell you. So they may not be related, and the government will justify that we have been negotiating, because diplomatic negotiations do not start in 1 year. Maybe again, how to call the people, Judge will say that Judge will say they were who initiated it. They just come into fruition. They initiated it. That's all about it. So
yeah. Basically, before we go, I just wanted to make some few points on the entire visa situation. I think the negotiation between the U.S. and the Liberian government, especially for the 36 months visa, extension was something that was basically meant for people in government, high profile, officials, because like somebody who want to get a US visa for all of those requirements, especially for that country, I think it will be as tough as the requirements are to have, you know, apply for the visa and go for an interview and be able to have the 3 years, visa situation there for you as a person. But like you said, mainly people who are going to benefit this process going to be people who are already in government and wants to go back and forth on diplomatic missions, on visit, on business trip and whatever. And I think we almost applaud the government first, but again, there are some other things that the government should be able to do, in as much as we understand from the very beginning that the US is our ally, and we solely rely on America has been the only country that we know to be that country that we can count on in terms of whatever we need, especially for most of these things. So I think there should be some better negotiations that you know uh, a lot of people do get rejected when they apply for visa. There should be some measures as well. I don't think that happens to citizens of the US. Maybe it's because they don't want to overstay in Liberia, and someone could say if they give Liberian access, they do want to overstay their time in the US and even sometimes maneuver to become permanent residents in the US. So basically, the government has done a great job, but again, there's more needs to be done, and I think there should be some level of education about this entire process, because everybody do have their own way of understanding the situation. Some people already feels like, I was having a conversation with someone, they already feels like Liberia and Liberians as a whole currently have an easy access to getting the US visa, which is not exactly what the person think it is a whole different thing. If you understand it from a whole different perspective, you get to understand that this is a great initiative, but again, great initiative for people who are in government, who are in the right position to have the 36 months visa stamped into their passport.
Yeah, that is what is going to happen, absolutely. Because most of the people in government, there are some people who will be denouncing their job. There is somebody who may decide to leave his assistant minister job to run back to come and stay in the States. There is somebody who may decide to leave his director job to come and stay in the States. But this thing is going to be at a certain level. Not all government officials are going to get that three years. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. Many of them, I'm having a feedback. Many of them, we do come. If a director is somewhere at the Ministry of Transport, we look at your work there, it's not irrelevant. It's a job that can be taken by anybody, So they're not going to give you 3 years, Government officials, they know that because you're assistant minister, you're deputy minister, you are this and this and that, you have an obligation, if not to Liberia, but to President Joseph Boakai. You have to go back. No matter how long you stay, you have to go back. And if you stay more than the year, more than the time that that President, because most of the time they will start adding a requirement to it that you have to bring a letter that you are permitted to travel out of the country. You understand what I'm saying? That you brought a letter from your minister. Yes, we agree that this person is going on family matter and this and that. Oh, Mr. John Brown is going to attend this meeting and all of this. Those should be the documentation that they may start requesting for. They may also be tightening the buttons, the bolts, to make sure that not everybody pass through that thing. Now, if we look at some business people, there are business people in Liberia who, let's say Mr. Musa Belete, will put him out because he's a legislator, but let's look at him as a businessman, who has something. I mean, he has vast business. He has things that will make he will not just run to America and want to come stay. Let's say, C. Nessie Oniyama, who is at a beer factory. Okay, he's a private citizen, a private businessman. He wants to come to America. They can give him 3 years because he has an investment on the ground that he cannot just abandon to go by to come. Okay. Let's say there's somebody who is a head of an insurance company, which is private, but he is the director or managing director or even the owner. They can give him 3 years to come because they know he's not going to abandon that business to come here to stay. Private citizens may get 12 months. You have to be extremely lucky. You got to show documents. Oh, I got a house nearby. I got this house. I got this amount of money in the bank. I got this thing. You got to show a lot of documents for them to be able to give you that 3 years. That's more time. That 3 years they announced, it's not just for every private citizen. There were some people who sold their land, took the money, put it in the bank. They go get a bank statement. They can't. Who are you going to? I'm going to my brother. When last you talked to your brother? Oh, that was last week. I saw my brother. And where did he see? Where does he live? Then they tell you the man living just like the man, just like they will tell you the man living. I don't know what part of Pennsylvania, but I think he's somewhere in Philadelphia there. And they don't know. They don't know the specific place. They were not bred well. In that interview, you get emotional, and you will just talk some things that will make the people just look at you to make you look. They disqualify you. And nobody must overlook that interview. The interview is not an examination. Those are just simple questions to ask you. Sometimes they just ask you 2 questions. Then they tell you congratulations. But you are going there, you think you are going to answer plenty of questions. But from the way you answer the first question, we make you answer another question or the third one, and they just cut you off. So we are saying this to say that, let's say, for example, we have our very eloquent deputy minister designate for urban affairs. She did go to the Capitol building. Oh, these are all people she meet in the street. They joke, they talk. But when she met these people in the official capacity, then all of you having your thing on her, all the cameras on her. They ask her question, she go fumble. That doesn't state that she's not qualified. She's qualified. That's why some of us can normally say sometimes examinations, especially public examinations, are not the best way to determine the eloquency, the capacity of that person. There are many people that that really should belong in America. They have gone to the embassy, they deny them. Some of them have gone there 2-3 times. They deny them. Not because they do not present the document, they present all the document. But the final thing is those few questions they're going to ask you. Why are you going to America? Why are you going to America? If you prepare yourself well to know how to answer that question, the second question they're going to ask is to see how they can put from it. Then they tell you, sorry. So, with this, we want to close. We actually want to say thank you for all of you who were watching. Raymond Hoggard, you were watching. Beatrice Zeze, you were watching. Manya Soare, you were watching. And we had Lavetta, LK Jala, Ophelia Faga saying, you all watched Waves TV tonight. We want to say thank you for watching. And this was an interesting program. We took our time to tell you something more about this visa issue. And what I said is that it is not a carte blanche thing that we are still going to have some difficulties at that place. Not everybody, if you've been sitting down waiting long time, just because they announce that you get on Wednesday, you go make appointment, you go, they deny you, then you say, but why the government say that they were going to get out this, that another government so that the U.S. government presented the people. Government did not tell you that every Joe Jagwalo, Sarah Mary will come to the embassy and come to America. If they have a visa waiver today, they are not saying Liberia. Tomorrow we'll have the whole embassy line coming from where the embassy is on Pennsy Street. You see the line coming from Broad Street all the way to come to the embassy for visa. That's not what it's saying. But please, when you go to the embassy, you come to visit, please prepare yourself. Talk good. Carry your documents. Your sister invited you here for a program that should be on the 10th of November. You should have made your appointment so that time like this, your interview is at this time. So you'll be able to get a visa and still be able to make it to the place. But when they find out that if they hold your interview at this time and this time, before you come to America, the program finished already. They will tell you, no, you're not coming because the program you're going for already, it will be finished at the time we finish with you. So we have to start looking at these things. But I really want to say thank you to anything. And to closing, I still want to say our handicapped people, our visually challenged, physically challenged people, government must see something to start making laws to have them access to us. You know, when these people go to see our legislators, they will sit down outside the whole day. The people don't want to get their attention to go upstairs there to talk to their people. The only way they listen to them when they go outside there or cause some commotion there, because if they ain't cause commotion, people don't see them. Sometimes they want to come, only the 2 heads or the 3 heads want to come to talk to people. But because you do not have access, you do not make them accessible to you, you make things. Please, let's start looking at these people. They are also important. They are part of our 100% population. I want to say thank you. William, thank you so much. It was a good time being with you tonight. We'll see you again next week, Tuesday, where we'll be talking about some other important things.
Thank you so much for coming on. And we will see next Tuesday, which is going to be my birthday. And we had a fascinating discussion tonight talking about the visa reciprocation between the U.S. government and that of the Liberian government from 12 months to 36 months. And we also look at, the situation there at the group of 77 calling on Sam Dane to be replaced. Thanks so much for following us. Thanks to all of our viewers for being a part of this conversation. Yeah, Mr. Abu, you say you want.
Yes, just before you go, what we forgot to talk about the reciprocity. Now, the reciprocity is that as you do to my people, so I do to you. So at the embassy in Washington, D.C. too, when American people bring in their visa, we should be able to be giving them 3 years instead of 1 year. That's the reciprocity about the whole diplomacy and visa issue.
Yeah, I think that been happening since.
No, here what we do is when you're going for 3 years, they let you pay more. They have been giving you 3 months, 1 year, and they've been giving you single entry and this and that. So the embassy in Washington, D.C. should also start giving people visa for 3 years.
With no cost attached.
With the same fee.
Yeah.
At the same fee. Because that's reciprocity in diplomacy and all the kind of thing. So I want to say thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abu, and hope we be on here next Tuesday to have another great discussion. Until then, you have yourself a great night.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release a day. Although